Best AEW show of the year? Debatably. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. That that can't be like disputed. That was amazing. The wrestling was fantastic. The decisions were fantastic. I'm gonna be surprised if I have a lot of negativity in this video. Even a little bit. Let's do this. This was worth waiting for. How's everyone doing? Your boy here, Apollo. Down, down, up, up. It's time for results and review for AEW Full Gear 2022. A show that I was excited for on one degree, slightly worried because of All Out. My opinions are already online, and if you watch my videos, you know I wasn't a huge fan of that show. I felt that the booking was very weak, and I wasn't impressed by most of the outcomes and how we got there. This show decided to do something about my opinions, and then some. Ooh, let's get into it. All right, so my suspicions were slightly correct with the Eliminator Tournament finals not taking place on this show. Apparently, Ethan Page has suffered something of an injury, although he was on commentary during the buy-in. So, is it that serious, or did we just not want to give any spoiler whatsoever of who was going to win the main event? Don't know. Bottom line is, didn't happen. We did, however, have Ricky Starks versus Brian Cage on the buy-in, and it was okay. Nothing too new. I've seen these two have better matches. Their FTW championship matches more recent. That they were more better. I'm losing words basically because this match didn't have much to offer for me that was new between these two. It was fine to be okay on the buy-in. And Ricky Starks fights through his injuries again to get the win. And at this point, it looks like he might win the whole tournament. So I guess I'm happy the finals didn't take place because I did pick Ethan Page, and guess what? They didn't happen. So Ricky Starks, in my opinion, at this point should be the one to win the tournament, but might be surprised later on. Also, Best Friends and Rocky Romero, and it was indeed Danhausen did defeat the Factory in a decent enough little match, and Danhausen came out with some new music and some new evil attitudes and a very silly set of nonsense, but a little bit more wrestling than I'm used to seeing him do. So that was okay. Let it pass. Then Kingston and June Akaima, I forget the name, but Kingston, they had a nice little match too. The buy-in was okay. It wasn't the best stuff in the world, but this is why it was on the buy-in. No problem. Had a fun time. Called all three matches anyway. Off to a fantastic start. I think I only missed maybe two or three on this card that stumped me, but in a good way. So we're going to go through that too. It was a good night of predicting for me. Let's keep it going then. Starting off, one thing I will mention, apology if I missed calling some of the best spots. The show did have some buffering nonsense watching it with my friends. We missed part of the opening steel cage match. Apparently, Christian Cage had a lot of fun stuff to do, and I'm very sad I missed it because he played with the key to the cage. He got carried out. It was hilarious, but I didn't get to see it live. What I did get to see was, let's say, the second half of this match with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Fantastic nonsense. Those two put in some work, and I think it was the right call to start the show with this match. Give the crowd a taste of tonight's mood. I love the elbow from the top of the cage. Fantastic. I love that Jungle Boy won by submitting Luchasaurus. He tapped out to the snare trap. Great stuff. If that is the end of this feud for now, I'm all in for it. If it's the end of feud in general, I'm all in for it. Jungle Boy looks like a star. Bigger, brighter than ever coming out of this. And that was the end goal of this whole rivalry, I feel. So great job. Awesome start. Jungle Boy gets the win. And then we get into some 10 out of 10 choices because we then had the return of the Elite. And this was handled in a way that I 100% agree with, but 100% did not see coming. I picked the Elite. I thought we were going to hit the reset button. But after a fantastic match, because of course these two teams were going to have a fantastic match, and a little coaxing of the Hammer, my new favorite thing involving the bastard Pac, Phoenix wouldn't do it, almost cost him the match. We get through to some later spots. Omega has him up for the One Wing Angel. He uses the Hammer. Rolls up Omega. and gets the win. Phoenix pins Kenny Omega on pay-per-view to retain the Trios Tag Team Championships. Golden. Golden. I love it. That is exactly what I wanted to see happen to the Elite with them coming back. They ruined all of the booking decisions for Dark Order. This is what they deserve. Now the lagging problem is apparently we're doing a best of 7 with these two teams. I'm very excited for the wrestling, but that just tells me that yes, the plan still will be putting the belts on the Elite at the end of the day. But it wasn't right now. We're on high with those spirits. Good booking choices. 10 out of 10 choices. Throat. Then the TBS Women's Championship. Nyla Rose coming out with some Eddie Guerrero respect with Vicky in the Eddie Guerrero car and Low Rider. And those two had a nice little match. I'll be honest, this exceeded expectation after the very lackluster Athena Jade Cargill match at All Out. But these two did some good stuff. I like that they were stealing each other's moves. The false finishes were pretty solid, but at the end of the day, you knew Jade Cargill was going to keep her streak alive, get her championship back, and call it a day. Good stuff. No complaints with this one. It was what I expected it to be, with a little bit more oomph and false finishes. Appreciated. Much appreciated. Moving on. Match of the night. Can't dispute it. The 4-way for the Ring of Jericho World Championship. Now, those 4 men put in a grinder. That was amazing. The false finishes had me every step, from Sammy and Jericho fighting out, Sammy having his moment with everybody is down, to Danielson getting the knee on Claudio when Jericho and Guevara are out. It just kept going. It just kept going, which is what I really wanted this match to be, but nice little finish. Swiss has a swing on Guevara in the ring. Danielson's been taken out with a neutralizer on the floor, but Jericho gets a little bit of a Judas effect mid-swing on Claudia, which, yeah, I know it didn't look great, but I didn't think it would look great. That's why it wasn't the finish. Transition into another Judas effect, and 1, 2, 3, still the Ring of Jericho World Champion, Chris Jericho. He had to keep it. We have a Ring of Honor pay-per-view coming up, and we have to have Jericho there. If he's going to lose the championship, by all means lose it there. If not, then just keep holding it forever, and I'm not going to complain, because it was great. Amazing 4-way match, amazing wrestling, amazing way to get to our destination. Loved it. And apparently he's taking on Ishii on Wednesday for the championship. I'm ready for that too. A lot of stuff still coming our way. Apparently Omega's wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom against Will Ospreay. Looking forward to that too. A lot of good stuff going on. And then the return of Saraya, a.k.a. Paige, back to a ring with Britt Baker. And this was okay. This is what needed to be. It wasn't a 5-star classic, but I think Saraya can hold herself well enough in a ring. The safest curb stomps I've ever seen Britt Baker hit on a person were hit on Saraya. Literally all of them were to her back, and it looked as gentle as possible. So Britt did her best to make this look like a safe match. It wasn't amazing, but it was all right. And hopefully Saraya finds some, I want to say, more connected opponents, because honestly, I didn't see too much chemistry with her and Britt in this, but there are a few other women in the division I'd like to see Saraya mix it up with down the line. We'll see though. But after 2 rampages, 1, 2, 3, of course Saraya gets the win. A lovely comeback for an amazing athlete, and looking forward to seeing the rest of her career play out in AEW. We'll see. And then, honestly, if I'm being honest, I want to say this is the one that nobody was really expecting, but my last-minute decisions really came through. The triple threat for the TNT Championship. This was all right. Nothing too special again, but good enough to when we get to the finish, I was so excited because, oh man, Wardlow's hitting his symphony on Hobbs. Joe is down. He comes in with the championship. Boom. Back of Wardlow's head. Chokes out a already KO'd Hobbs from the power bombs with the coquina clutch. And ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe is double champion. He is the Ring of Honor television champion. He is the TNT champion, and it looks great. I'm so glad they had the balls to go full on with this. Because when Joe turned heel, I knew it. You got to make it a triple threat. Ooh, and just please give him the win, and they did. I was very pleased with this outcome. It works. Samoa Joe's great, and as a heel, he's one of the best workers you can have in any company. So giving him the championship right away makes all the sense in the world. Debatably, the biggest pop of the night for me, because it was a fantastic finish. When you get a fantastic finish with a surprise person winning for the right reasons, You have me. You have me. And Samoa Joe, you done did it. Very, very pleased with that outcome. And then a match that, saved my soul. If you saw my prediction video, you know TNA Jeff Jarrett took a lot out of me. But the comeuppance was given because the streak of Sting and Darby Allin teaming together, or at least Sting's streak on pay-per-view in AEW, or more so, continues. After a lovely little outside bit of nonsense and a no disqualification match against, of course, Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, overcoming the odds of Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh, Sting and Darby Allin pull it through. A lovely Scorpion Death Drop and Coffin Drop combination to take out Mr. Singh. And finally, Lethal gets his due with a Coffin Drop in the ring. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Jeff Jarrett, out! Out of my house! You are not ruining AEW for me. Ooh. Very pleased that Sting and Darby got the win on that. As expected, if you know, you know. And then, I think this is the second one I got wrong. Out of, again, I believe only two. Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm, had a little nice barn burner. Those two were working the crowd pretty well. Loved the match. And okay with the finish. Surprised with the finish, honestly, for me. Because when Britt Baker came out, I thought to myself, things are going to get screwed up. But not for Miss Hayter. No. Because after Hayter does get thrown into Britt Baker in the corner, she overcomes that to throw Tony in the corner with the turnbuckle exposed into that lovely not discus lariat, sort of a rainmaker. I forget what she calls it. Jamie Hayter is the new interim AEW Women's Champion. They did it. They pulled the trigger and they had her win the championship, and her and Britt Baker do not have any animosity at the moment. Loved it. Very happy and very surprised because she really is someone who I never thought would be big in AEW by Britt Baker, but she did. She did it, and I think the crowd was pretty happy to get that. So fair play, AEW. You really gave the crowd what they wanted to see on this show, and that always helps. And then I guess it's at this point I would like to apologize because during my prediction video, I missed the Tag Team Championship match. I'm not really sure how, but now that I think about it, it's been the same old thing for about 3-4 months now. So I've sort of just let it fly out of my mind. And in my opinion, debatably the most, I guess the easiest match to call the whole evening. The Acclaim versus Swervin Keith, which was another good match. I don't think this was as good as their two previous matches, but bottom line, the Acclaimed won clean. That's what counts. We're done with this. Moving on. That's all I have to say about that. It's a good thing the Acclaim kept it. But then, all right. If you saw my videos, if you know my opinions on AEW and MJF, then here we go. All right, here we go. I'm not a hypocrite. Let's go. Main event time. MJF, Jon Moxley, World Championship. Good little back and forth. The pile driver spots were insane. Like, they really made the most out of the match. Like, the match part of the match before the screwiness, because you know it was going to come. And, of course, the referee takes a bump out of here. Another referee takes a bump out of here. But then you see MJF going for the ring. And when the refs were going down, I'm thinking, wait a second, where's the firm? But no, we didn't need the firm. And that I didn't have a problem with. Because if you saw my prediction video, I just needed one thing to go through the way I wanted. And it went through the way I wanted. Because MJF goes for the stupid ring. Regal comes back down, yells at him. And MJF does throw it away. He didn't use the ring. Flipped off Regal, moving on. Moxley gets him in the Bulldog choke. MJF taps out, but the referee is still down, and Regal's yelling at Moxley to get the ref up. Then, past MJF, the brass knuckles. MJF hit Moxley with him. 1, 2, 3. While flipping the bird the entire count, mind you. If you saw that tiny detail. MJF is the AEW World Champion, and the finish was exactly what myself and probably a lot of other people wanted. Did everybody see this coming? No, I wouldn't say so. Did some people see this coming? Yeah, I think so. I don't think I was the only one that really wanted it to go down this exact way. But you have my investment. You have my blessing, so to speak. I've never been a huge fan of the MJF character because of how butchered it's continually been on a basis with garbage finishes and lackluster feud points, to be honest. Because he's an amazing talent, he's amazing on the mic, but he's a pain in the ass. So, being a pain in the ass and what I just previously mentioned don't go as well with bread and butter. But when it comes to winning the big one, they did it the right way. I don't see any fault with this. You have the devil aligned with the devil. Two of the best villains in wrestling, past and present, you know? You did it right. I can't criticize it. I can't put it down. You have my blessing. I'm looking forward to MJF as champion. I'm looking forward to William Regal, whether he's by his side 24/7 or not. It was the right result. Don't drop the ball with this AEW, because this was handled to a T. Very, very proud and happy. That was Full Gear. You want to watch any AEW show this year? Watch Full Gear. It was amazing. Top 3 AEW pay-per-views, easy. There's a lot of great ones, but this one just fits so well. This one, All Out 2021, amazing. And more to pop into my head if I was going to continue this video. But this pay-per-view was fantastic. Fantastic. Booking fantastic. Wrestling fantastic. Finishes fantastic. Highs and debatable lows. Not really because of finishes, bad booking. Just match quality versus match quality. You know what I mean? Watch Full Gear. Amazing stuff. Congratulations, AEW. And that is going to do it. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought about this show. Do you view it as high as I do? Or did this really just get on your list of crappers? I'd love to know why. Let me know. Difference of opinion. See y'all later, though. War Games coming up, though. We're not quite done this month. Keep it real. You know it.